Hey guys, Hank Weldon here, the Bass Tournament Director for the Opens. We are here at Lake Sam Rayburn trying to get Division II started, but Mother Nature has decided to not play nice. So today's day one, Thursday. We had to unfortunately cancel or postpone this day to tomorrow due to high winds this morning, and angler safety is always top priority. The other unfortunate part is Saturday is a severe weather day. We've got high winds forecasted and threat for severe weather. And again, with safety being a top priority for all of our anglers, we have now made the decision that tomorrow, Friday, one-day tournament. It's gonna, you can call it a shootout, what you want, but we got a Bassmaster Classic berth on the line. We will send the anglers out tomorrow, and whoever brings in the heaviest bag tomorrow will be crowned the Sam Rayburn Bassmaster Open, St. Croix Bassmaster Open, presented by 7 champion.
Josh, the conditions have changed dramatically over the last few days. So just talk real quick about, how those conditions, how all the rain, the drop in temperature, all that changes your strategy for the day.
It didn't really, it's not going to change my strategy a whole heck of a lot. It is still February. We are still talking about Sam Rayburn, Texas, East Texas. They're used to getting cold weather down here. We had plenty of time to see it coming. Our first day of practice was like 80. And then the weather came. But now, after a day off to get everything said and done, get registered for the tournament and all that on our off day, and then the cancel day tomorrow, I think the fish have adjusted to it a little bit, and we're just, basically I think the best thing to do with Sam Rayburn is it's a big body of water, almost fishes like Great Lakes. You got to consider it, the wind out here all the time and where you're fishing. So I'm just hoping I settle down in an area and find those fish that are kind of stuck in that transition between winter stuff and pre-spawn stuff, and hopefully get a big 8-pounder to rapids, or a couple of them here on Sam Rayburn, get them to bite my bait and put them in the boat.
So James Niggemeyer, we have a one-day derby because of the weather. What does that mean in terms of strategy?
Well, this tournament just became a big bass tournament, and you've got to have big bass at Sam Rayburn any day, any time of the year, but this is just raise the stakes, raise the bar. You're going to have 5 big ones. If you're going to hope to walk away with the trophy, that's what's going to have to happen. And even I feel like the cut line, or not necessarily the cut line, the check line is just got bumped up, because you don't have to average, you can't average it out over, the consistency is lost in it. So the guy that can come out swinging really, really hard today is going to be the guy that's going to take home the trophy and the checks.
All right, we got Chase Clark here, the Clarks Hill champion. We've already got our first classic qualifier, and he's here at Sam Rayburn this week as well. Chase, what are you feeling about today? Are you excited that one-day derby? Do you feel like you can lean on him a little bit more today than you would have otherwise? And kind of give me your outlook on this one-day tournament.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm ready to go. I thought we were done with the cold after Clarks Hill, but here it is, 39 degrees this morning down in Texas. I thought coming south we'd get out of that. I don't know how that's going to affect the fish. I haven't fished down here a lot in my career, but I'm looking forward to getting out there. This place is full of big ones, and I found a few on boat 77. Maybe I'll be able to get on them. Maybe I'll have to go look for some different ones. We'll see how it goes. But day one, somebody's going to win 50 grand and somebody's going to go to the Bassmasters Classic.
What's the first rod you think you're going to pick up this morning?
My first rod is going to be probably an 805 Champion XP Dobbins. It's a big old crankbait rod. I'm going after the big girls.
Hey guys, Bill McDonald here. We're here at Sam Rayburn Reservoir. And the unique thing about this right now is it's that time of year, so if you want to go out and you can do forward-facing sonar, I'm rigged both ways. So I've got my stuff on to go out and do the forward-facing deal. And then also, if you want to go shallow and be a dirt dauber like I like to do anyway, I'm rigged for that way. So you can have what I call man fishing. You can get up there and go shallow and go dirt daubing, or you can go out and throw your minnow and do that whole deal. So Sam Rayburn's going to set up. It's going to be a pretty unique deal here today.
All right, we're here with Opens Pro Blake Smith. Blake, one-day derby. What are your thoughts on the day, and are you pretty confident about how things are going to go?
Man, it's a different day. No doubt it's definitely changing things. It's going to change the plan. It's going to change the fish. It's going to change everything. I'm not looking for limit fish anymore. Not looking for those fish to fill a limit. We're just looking for 5 big ones. This is the best opportunity that you have to make the Bassmaster Classic. 5 big fish is all it's going to take to get to walk across that stage next year. And, so definitely, there's a lot of changes happening. I know it's definitely going to cause me to redirect and go to some areas that I know that I got bigger fish quicker, where I was planning on maybe hitting those in the afternoon or maybe even hitting those on day 2 and things like that. But I'm excited, optimistic, ready to see how it's going to go, and ready to keep that Yamamoto Singo flying.
Let's say, what's the first bait that you're going to be picking up this morning?
Man, there's 2 baits. A black and blue Yamamoto Singo actually out deep, which is kind of funny, and a D-shad. Yamamoto D-shad, just to do that little bit of hover. You know, everybody's doing it. It's not a secret, but it's those 2 baits are probably going to be very, very intricate in my day out here at Sam Rayburn.
All right, we're here with Jonathan VanDam. 1-day derby. How are you feeling about it? And are you kind of excited that you don't have to save fish?
Man, it's an interesting one. You know, 1-day shootout down here on Sam Rayburn for all the marbles, classic berth, taking home the trophy and some cash. It's going to be interesting. You know, like I said, we don't have to save any fish, so we can really lean on everything that we have, everything we found in practice, not have to worry about it. And, you know, honestly, I like the multi-day tournaments. I feel like consistency, you can kind of work your way up. But it's going to take a lot of weight down here, Big Sam. You know, just this last weekend, a local tournament had 41 pounds. So we don't know what we're going to see come across those scales, but hopefully it's going to be a lot of real big Texas bass.
What'll be the first rod you pick up this morning, do you think?
I'm going to spend a lot of time with a big crankbait in my hand today. Just trying to get those big bites. Kind of, honestly, just, you know, going for the biggest bag that I possibly can. You know, you're going to need to catch them today to A, be in good contention to make it to the top 50 for those EQ events at the end of the year. But B, you got to try to win this thing. It's a 1-day shootout.
All right, we're here with former high school angler Fisher Anayia. Fisher, we got a 1-day shootout here. Does that change your strategy any for today? Or are you kind of excited that you don't have to save fish for today?
I mean, it could go in my favor. It could not. I figured I could catch 15 pounds a day, and everybody was talking like that was going to be pretty solid, but I didn't know if I could get over that. So I got one big fish hole. I guess I'm going to sit there all day and just try to grind for 5 of them, because if they do bite, I'll have enough to stay in the top 10, I'd like to hope. So maybe they bite. If they don't, I got some 2-pounders. We'll just have to scrap it up and just see what we can get our derby and first open kicked off in the right direction.
What's the first rod you're going to pick up this morning, you think?
Ooh, probably a minnow. I got 2 rods out. I got a minnow and a Nico rig on.
Simple and easy.
That's it.
One, we're officially underway, starting us off from the state of Texas, Danny Ramsey. Number 2, Louisiana, Cameron Madison. Number 3, Wyatt Vision out of Oklahoma. But number 4 is not there, so 5 ease on up. Brendan Flick, you are up. Turn guys now those open, recirculating. Lights plugged in, turned on. But number 6, Chris Boudry. Got you, Chris, right behind that Burns wrap. But number 7, Dickerson. Where are you, Tommy? See ya. But number 8, Ron Johnson. Got you, Ron.
Hey, Andy Crawford, Bassmaster photographer here at the Rayburn Bassmaster Open. As you can see, there's nothing going on at the dock right now, but flight number 1 has already taken off. And so here's one of the changes when you have a 1-day derby with 233 boats. To ensure that everybody has a fair day, 8 hours of fishing, and no more, no less, we're going off in timed flights. So the first flight has already gone out. We're waiting until 7:10 for the second flight to go out, and flights will go out every 10 minutes. And again, that's just to make sure that everything is on a level playing field. Normally at these events, you have 2 full field days, and so they just never stop. The line just keeps going. And you will hear anglers talk about long days and short days depending on where they are in that flight. But because the field flips on the second day, everybody has an equal opportunity to have a long day and a short day. So today, everybody gets 8 hours. First flight went out at 7 o'clock. Last flight will go out at 9:10, and so this is going to be a long takeoff. It's very, very unusual. I've never seen it. Really interesting, but it shows what these tournament directors have to consider when this kind of a situation happens. So we'll be here until 9:10. First flight is due back at 3, and we are looking forward to seeing some big fish.
Good morning from Humphrey Family Pavilion on Sam Rayburn Reservoir. I'm Bassmaster Rider Christopher Decker, covering this now one-day shootout. So here's the deal. Because of major winds that came through on Thursday, day 1 was canceled, and with the threat of severe weather on Saturday, day 3 is also canceled for this open. So these 230 plus anglers have one day to go out and catch the 5 biggest bass they can. The canceled day on Saturday also means there's no Bassmaster Live. So we, me and our photographers, Andy Crawford, Grant Moxley, and Chase Sansom, are gonna do something a little bit different to try to bring some more live elements to this tournament. We're gonna be doing a live video blog throughout the day, talking to some anglers, getting some on the water footage of these guys, hopefully catching some big bass. But yeah, that's sort of the deal. So one-day tournament, 5 biggest bass, and we'll see what these anglers can do on Sam Rayburn. Weigh-in will start at 3 p.m. Central Time here at the pavilion. So if you're in the area, come on, stop by later on.
Bass photographer Chase Sansom here. We are with Mikey Weems in the back of Katy Creek, and we're watching him pick apart this bank with a chatterbait early in the morning. He's caught a few so far, so looking like the bank bite might be playing here on Rayburn. So we're gonna stick around and see what else he can find.
Hey guys, it's Grant from Bass here. We are with Aaron Yaborski this morning in one of the 5 fingers, and we're basically shallow all morning, throwing jerk baits and swim baits. Caught a couple so far, about a 3.5 pounder. We're gonna see what happens here. We got a couple other guys up here. Everybody's sticking pretty close, so we'll check back in soon.
Bassmaster Rider Christopher Decker here. As you can see behind me, we got anglers still heading off to their first spots here. We caught up with Austin Cranford to start this morning, and he was using his live scope, throwing a couple different baits around, and he was throwing out a lot of fish, but could not get any to commit other than one little spotted bass. But it seems like the fish are a little bit stingy this morning. We made our way over to the 5 fingers area, and that seems there's several boats we're around right now, and yeah, we're gonna see what we can learn here throughout the day. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, Andy Crawford again. So I'm at the hotel working the morning launch photo gallery, and I'm just keeping an eye on BassTrak. And we're starting to see some results, even though it's almost 20 minutes before the last flight goes out. But Brennan Flick from Louisiana has already hit 20 pounds. I don't see any big fish on BassTrak, but here's what to keep in mind with BassTrak and the Opens. These guys don't have co-anglers this year, and so they're not required to do BassTrak. They're asked to do it, and usually if somebody pops a big one, they'll put it on there. But what you may see is not really indicative of what's going on. It's very, very common at these tournaments to get to the weigh-in, and you see a lot of big fish coming in that didn't show up on BassTrak. So check BassTrak out. It is a gauge of what's going on, but expect big things during weigh-in.